can't resist us.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 18 in season number 3 of the Turkey Hill Series. We are here at the Chicagoland Speedway for the Diet Mountain Dew 300, a 30-lap race around this 1.5 mile speedway. And I just realized the last race that we had here in the Turkey Hill Series was the Mellow Yellow 200 at Darlington. Mellow Yellow and Mountain Dew are competing products. They are very similar products. I'm more of a Mellow Yellow person. Most of you guys are probably more of Mountain Dew guys, but still, we're both showing them love here in the Turkey Hill Series, and they're sponsoring back-to-back races here. But anyways, this is the Diet Mountain Dew 300, and here at Chicagoland, things can definitely get crazy. We've seen some pretty interesting crashes here at this racetrack before. Cars flying through the air. That's what happened to Christian Master here in this race last year, and who knows, we could have another flying car here today, but we're just going to have to see. It's kind of rare to see that, but you never know when we come to a place like Chicagoland, where everything is crazy. 3-4 wide constantly, and these guys slide up through the corners. We're going to probably have some cautions in this one. We're just going to have to see what happens. It could be a caution-free race, and it could be kind of calm. But there will be pit stops in this race. The first time we've done that here for the Turkey Hill Series cars, and that will definitely shake things up as the race goes along. And it definitely will be a very interesting one to watch here today at the Chicagoland Speedway. Anyways, Trey Bartow remains in the points lead with 438 points towards the championship. Ryan Madden is only 3 points behind, running second place in the point standings. But then the top two, they kind of have separated themselves from third place. Josh Alexander, 33 points behind, running in third place in the point standings. Marty Johnson is 37 points behind the points lead, and Reagan Whitlock is 44 points behind the points lead. But any of those guys can still win the championship. We still got a few races left here in the Turkey Hill Series, and a lot can happen between now and December 18th for the NRLOA Leagues 300 at Homestead. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here at the Chicagoland Speedway. We have ourselves the number 39 of Jesse Turner starting on the pole position. Alongside him, it's the number 89 of Dan Smith Jr. Row number 2, we got Marty Johnson, who comes into this race fourth in the point standings. Alongside him, it's the 44 of Abe Troxel. Row number 3, Trey Bartow, the points leader. In the number 2, we'll start alongside the part-time driver of Clint Buchanan. Row number 4, we got Matt Dallio in the number 1, and the number 6 of Josh Crash. Row 5, NRLOA Big One winner, Cookie Helms, starting alongside the defending champion, Nathan Stapleton. Reagan Whitlock and Alex Bonsinor make up row number 6. And in row number 7, we have Noah Cars and Landon Napa. Garrett Zenor and Isaac Nichols round out the top 16 starting positions here for the Diet Mountain Dew 300 at the Chicagoland Speedway. It appears that everybody is rolling off for this one, so that's a good thing. It's the third time I've tried to record this due to having the strength set up too high and them crashing all the time, and guys not starting the race, but we're finally going to get this one rolling here. The pace car is pulled off, and we're ready to get the Diet Mountain Dew 300 started here at the Chicagoland Speedway, the last race before Christmas season. I know that was a really odd time to mention that, but seriously, this is the last race before Christmas season. Christmas season has not started yet, people. Jesse Turner leads the field in the number 39, Marty Johnson, trying to take the lead away from him in the number 20. He has the number 2 of Trey Bartow, the points leader. Bartow has had a string of excellent finishes since the first Armory Digital race all the way back on race 6 of the season, and he has kept that up ever since. It's why he's in the points lead right now, but he only leads it by 3. He would love to pull away from that number 5 of Aaron Walpole, of Ryan Madden. I had Aaron Walpole on my mind because I was going to mention what Aaron Walpole did yesterday in the Hers Dash Series race. He's leading the points over there, and he won here at Chicagoland, so that's what Bartow would love to do today. However, he's going to get stuck on the outside. Here's Dan Smith Jr. goes for second place, and Marty Johnson in the number 20 takes the lead on lap 2. Actually, he took the lead on the first lap of the race, and he's going to lead his second consecutive lap here at Chicagoland. 3 wide for second. Matt Dalio going to the inside of the 89 in the 2, but he's not able to do it on the inside lane. Dan Smith Jr. is going to take second away from Trey Bartow. And what you want to watch out for is the 4 wide. When they're 4 wide, that's usually when they crash. These guys you're going to see here, they're going to tend to slide up a little bit. You kind of saw that with Aaron Walpole, or Abe Troxel, and Troxel's going to go around. Stapleton involved in this one as well. We got a big crash through the tri-oval here at Chicagoland. Josh Crash, Jordan Newman, Cameron Black, Jesse Turner, William Brock, Alex Bonsidor, Matt Tuck back in there. Keep on saying Aaron Walpole. I don't know why I keep on saying that. That's Abe Troxel in the 44, who went around pushing the one of Matt Dalio up into the wall, and that's what I was saying there. They tend to slide up the racetrack, and that is what ensues when it does not go too well. I don't think many guys got severe damage in this one. Matt Tuck, it looks like he might be done in the 48. He was the points leader for a majority of the season, but lately it has not been going too well for this number 48 team, and coming into this race, he comes 6th in the point standings. Defending champion Nathan Stapleton was also involved in this one. It does appear that these guys are going to stay out on the stay out on the racetrack, I should say. And we're going to go ahead and get right to reviewing the crash that brought out the first caution here today in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. And you see the 44 kind of slid up the racetrack, exiting turn number 4. And Matt Dalio was to the outside of him, and that one had nowhere to go. He bounces off of the wall, comes back down on the 44, and there is just nowhere to go for a lot of these guys. You see Nathan Stapleton in the number 18 get involved. Reagan Whitlock barely avoids this one. But Turner, Bonsignor back in here, the 6 of Josh Crash. You see Jordan Newman kind of gets spun there. Cameron Black going around. Nate Bell in the 15 around as well. John Arndt getting into Jesse Turner. Cameron Gaju back in there. Jack Porkins, Alex Bonsignor going around. And the big one is very common here at the Chicagoland Speedway, in case you don't already know. Matt Tuck and Nathan Stapleton behind this one. Tuck, I do believe, hit his teammate there, Alex Bonsignor. It's a tough break for those guys. And it's a very unfortunate incident happening here early on in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. Going to replay this one in real time. And kind of saw it happen in real time here, but that 18 of Nathan Stapleton was the first guy to hit the 44 of Troxel, and you just see what happens. Jordan Newman, Josh Crash, Cameron Black around. But a lot of these guys did just get minor damage, which is a good thing. However, the 48 of Matt Tuck might not be able to continue. I did see a lot of front-end damage to his race car, and in case you don't know, if you get damage on the hood or like the front of your race car, that is a lot worse than getting damage on the side or the rear, because that is where the engine is, on the front of your race car. And if you have damage there, that's going to damage the engine, and that is going to hurt your race car. You're not going to be running as well. If you just get damage on the side, that only affects aerodynamics, and it's not going to hurt you as much. So it's a little thing to point out there. Anyways, we're going to go on board with somebody for this crash. Not entirely sure who it's going to be yet. And then we'll get to the restart here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300 at the Chicagoland Speedway. On board, the number 39 of Jesse Turner for this one. Number 1 in the 44 slide up, and all ensues right in front of him. Let's see the rear here as he goes around, and all those guys getting involved. Tough break for all those guys involved in this one. But that's just what happens sometimes, and it's sometimes inevitable, especially here at the crazy Chicagoland Speedway. Anyways, let's go ahead, get to the restart here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. Back here at the Chicagoland Speedway, Marty Johnson in the number 20 leads the field. He comes into this race 4th in the point standings. He's looking to gain on points leader Trey Bartow and maybe surpass a couple of other guys ahead of him. But he continues to lead here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Dan Smith Jr. running in 2nd place in the number 89. Then we got Trey Bartow, the points leader, running in 3rd place. Cookie Helms, haven't seen much of him this season here in the Turkey Hill Series. He's up to 4th place. Noah Cars in the 51. The 07 of Garrett Zenor, Isaac Nichols, Reagan Whitlock, Caleb Hoffman, and Davey Johnson. The top 10. A lot of veteran drivers running up front. But will they be able to win this race? Marty Johnson's actually a rookie to the series, not necessarily to the channel, but he continues to lead here at the Chicagoland Speedway, and he's going to get a great jump on the 89 of Dan Smith Jr. on that restart. Noah Cars is going to take him 3 wide for third place to the inside of Cookie Helms and Trey Bartow. And the number 51 going to look to get an advantage here on the 99. Now, these guys have not come down the pit lane yet for pit stops. They did not come down when that caution came out. My assumption is they probably are not going to be able to make it to the end of the race after stopping that early on. So they're going to wait until probably when they need to make their pit stop, which will be around lap 20 in this one, until they have to make their pit stop, until they go and make their pit stop. So they're not going to do it there under that first caution. They didn't, of course, due to the fact that it was a little too early to make it the distance in this race. So that is why they did not come in. But these guys might come in soon to play a little strategy game. But we're just going to have to see. Marty Johnson continues to lead in the number 20. Dan Smith Jr. right behind him in second. Noah Cars is trying to get around the number 99 of Cookie Helms. We got Garrett Zenor here in the 07. He is looking for number 17 of his career here on Napa Fan. He's the all-time winningest driver by 3 wins ahead of Austin Spencer, and I do believe Tyler Selzman might also have 13 wins. But Garrett Zenor, definitely one of the best drivers we have here on Napa Fan. And he's going for his 17th career win here today, and it might happen as he is running in the top 5. Anyways, Dan Smith Jr. is coming close to getting around this number 20 of Marty Johnson. And the 89 is going to get a run, but Noah Cars is not too far behind here. He might make a run 3 wide to the inside of these guys. The caution is back out. Might have been for Landon Napa. We're going to have a good race back to the line. Dan Smith Jr. will win it, completing lap 11 of this race. I don't see any major contact, major crash damage for anybody, and it might have just been this 01 of Landon Napa going around down the backstretch. But we'll go ahead and see if these guys come down the pit lane. At this point, they can make it to the end without having to stop again. Be a little close, but we do not have any overtime, no green, white checkers here, so they will probably be able to make it to the end of the race without having to come down the pit lane again. So these guys might go ahead and make their pit stop, and now we're just going to have to see. And it does appear that is what's going to happen. Dan Smith Jr. leading the field down the pit lane. Marty Johnson, Noah Cars, Trey Bartow, Garrett Zenor, the top 5. And Dan Smith Jr. fighting to stay out front on this cycle of pit stops here. It'll be the only stop of the day. Who's going to win this race off the pit lane and restart first for the restart? Nobody is going to be staying out. It would not be too wise to do that, as you would still have to make your pit stop in today's race. And every single car is still left on the racetrack coming down the pit lane. I would like to note Matt Tuck, the only guy who is out so far in today's race. And this might get interesting here because Jesse Turner, I do know, is still out there on the racetrack, and he might try to come down the pit lane while this 89 is coming out. And he actually might have been waiting, Dan Smith Jr. there, but a slow stop for the 89. It will be Noah Cars who wins the race off of the pit lane. Garrett Zenor in second place. The 0 of Isaac Nichols, Trey Bartow, and Reagan Whitlock, the top 5, leaving the pit lane. So the 89 is not going to be the leader for the restart. As a matter of fact, he might not even be off the pit lane yet. And a very slow stop. Something definitely going amiss on that 89, unfortunately for him. And he is actually going to be at the tail end, or not at the tail end of the lead lap, but he is going to be at the tail end of the line for this restart. Landon Napa, I do believe, went around. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the second caution here today in the Diet Mountain Dew 300 at Chicagoland. This one had the potential to be much, much worse. They were 4 wide. Napa trying to clear the 05 at John Arndt. There is just simply not enough room. But however, everybody else was able to avoid going into the wall except for the 01 of Landon Napa. You see into the outside wall hard, spinning in the 01, but nobody hit him. And it's very good to see that that was all that happened in that one. That could have been much worse. That was the same situation that allowed Christian Master to fly into the air last year. But fortunately, they avoided it. and only one car involved in this incident. Replay this one in real time. 05 to the inside, just puts that 01 in the wall. Not much she can do in that situation. Landon up around in the outside wall, bringing out the second caution. The number 51 of Noah Cars is the leader. Let's see what he does on the restart here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300 at Chicagoland. Back here at the Chicagoland Speedway for the Diet Mountain Dew 300. Got a couple new guys running up front here. Well, one new guy at least. But anyways, Noah Cars leads the field in the number 51. He won the race off of the pit lane. Right behind him, it's a two-time winner this season, looking for his third win of the season here in the Turkey Hill Series. Garrett Zenor in the 07. Then it's the 0 of Isaac Nichols, a new guy running up front, a part-time driver there. Trey Bartow, the points leader, still running in the top 5. Reagan Whitlock, Ryan Madden, who comes to this race only 3 points behind Trey Bartow in the points. Only 2 positions behind Trey Bartow. Caleb Hoffman, Jordan Newman, Josh Crash, and Josh Alexander, the top 10. Coming to the restart, Noah Cars did not get that good of a jump. However, the 07 is not going to be able to make the pass on the outside. That just does not happen here. And Trey Bartow going 3 wide for second place. This number 2 wants to get the win. Like I said, Aaron Walpole, the points leader in the Hers Dash Series, won yesterday here at the Chicagoland Speedway and extended his points lead. That is what Bartow's trying to do today. He's got some help there on the inside with Reagan Whitlock and Caleb Hoffman. And new leader here at Chicagoland, Trey Bartow in the number 2 leads the field. Reagan Whitlock, another one of these guys who can win this championship. He's currently 5th in the point standings coming into this race, but he wants to move his way up, running 2nd right now. Part-time driver Isaac Nichols almost putting the 19 on the apron. And you can tell that these guys are a little bit squirrely there, especially through turn number 2. I almost want to say exceptionally. Especially through turn number 2. Nichols is going to get around the 19. Part-time driver Isaac Nichols now running in the 2nd position. Whitlock, Hoffman. How about Josh Alexander? He's 3rd in the point standings, but he's 33 points behind, and the points leader is leading this race. The guy who's 2nd is still in front of him as well. All these guys, because even Marty Johnson, I don't know where Marty Johnson is now. He might have fallen back into number 20. But all of the top 5 guys in the point standings coming into this race have been in the top 5 for a majority of this race. Now, Marty Johnson's not in the top 10 anymore, but still, these point leaders are definitely doing a fantastic job here today at the Chicagoland Speedway. Josh Alexander 3rd in the points, trying to get around Ryan Madden to gain on the 5. But right now, Josh Alexander, even though he's running in the top 10, would lose points on the points leaders the way they're running right now. Bartow remains out front in the number 2. Remember, these guys do not have to come down the pit lane again. They made their pit stop, I do believe, on lap 12. And because of that, they should be able to make it to the end of the race here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. Bartow able to pull away a little bit from the number 0 of Isaac Nichols. Reagan Whitlock runs in 3rd place. Caleb Hoffman. We have not talked about Hoffman that much this season, but this number 28 is trying to get something done here in the Turkey Hill Series season number 3. He's pushing this 19. He's running in 4th place right now. Right behind him, Garrett Zenor. He's definitely gotten some things done this season. 2 wins. He won at Texas and at Road America. And this 07 looking for his 17th career win, like I said earlier. It would definitely be something if that happened to that 07 team, the all-time winningest driver on Napa Fan, having another great race here in the Turkey Hill Series. However, Ryan Madden, Josh Alexander on the inside there, trying to get around this 07 and gain some positions. But it's something a little bit tough right now, as that 07 is hanging strong on the outside lane. Cookie Helms looking to mix it up here in the 99. He is going 3 wide for 6th, but Josh Alexander is going to be able to take that position away from the 07. Bartow still out front. Caleb Hoffman looking for 3rd underneath of Reagan Whitlock. The 28's got the run on the inside, and he is going to be able to take it, exiting turn number 2. Do believe this might be the longest green flag run we have had so far in this race. It is 9 laps to go. It's going to be 8 to go when we cross the line next time. And this number 2, the points leader, trying to extend his points lead. But even if he does win this race, oh, we got a crash back in there. Smart around William Brock, Matt Dalio, and Jack Porkins. And that's somebody else in the outside wall pretty hard. That's Neuwirth in the 97 and the 11 of Cameron Black. Oh, and Bonsignor and Tristan Allen They go around as well at the end of that one. Stapleton also with a piece of this one, and this is going to get interesting here at the end. We're going to have a late race restart, only a few laps to go. Will this number 2 be able to hold everybody off for this restart? They're not going to come down the pit lane, I do not believe. However, we will make sure that that doesn't happen. And it does appear that they are all going to stay out, so that's a good thing. They did not need to come down the pit lane again, as they have enough fuel in their race cars from that last caution and that last pit stop. Jack Porkins in the 33. It looks like his day is going to be done. And that was exiting turn number 2. Or, sorry, turn number 4, I should say. I'm making a lot of mistakes in this race. I am very sorry. But that was coming off of turn number 4, and I'm going to assume that they were probably going 4 wide. But we're just going to have to see. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the third caution here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. Well, wouldn't you know? Actually, Stuart Grattan isn't involved in this one. I'm sorry. 98's fine! You know, when Stuart Grattan switches schemes, he tends to do pretty good. He switched schemes in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and he won in that number 47 after he switched schemes. So he tends to do pretty good after he switches schemes. Anyway, you see what happens there. Jack Porkins hard into the 78. The one-map Dalio getting spun around as he had Elijah Gorham to his inside. Not enough room for Dalio yet again. Stapleton, Tristan Allen, Max North's going to get shot into the outside wall. And then Cameron Black also with some damage in the 11. Alex Bonsignor got spun around here. We're going to follow with the 42 here. You see, he's trying to race back to the line. He doesn't really need to. He's not going to get that position on Cameron Gaju, but he's going just a little bit too fast around these crashed cars, and when Tristan Allen comes back up, he's going to clip the 42, or vice versa, and that 42 spins around, exiting the tri-oval. Tough break for those guys, our third crash of the day, but that's what Chicagoland does to you, especially if you're going 4 wide. And you could see this one was not going to work. From entering turn number 3, Josh Crash spinning the 78 around. Porkins definitely getting the worst of this one. I think Cody Smart also getting a good amount of damage to his 78 machine. And I think Smart and Porkins are both going to be out at the end of this one. You see what happens to Bonsignor and Tristan Allen at the end of that one. That's what happens lots of times when we go to places like this where their cars are not very stable on the racetrack, I should say. And lots of times they crash after another crash happens. And sometimes when a caution comes out, we don't get just one crash, we get 2 of them. And that's kind of what happened there in that one. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get to the restart. Trey Bartow, the points leader. He's trying to get his first win of the season. Even though he's the points leader, he has yet to win a race this season. He would like to get a victory here before the season ends. And that would definitely help him retain that points lead. Let's go ahead and get to the restart here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. We are ready to restart. It's going to be 4 laps to go. It's going to be a 4-lap dash to the finish here. And Trey Bartow leads the field in the number 2. How about this part-time driver here, Isaac Nichols in the 0. He hasn't really had too good of a season as a part-time driver, but he's got a shot at winning here today. We've had one part-time driver win so far this season. That was Cameron Garlington at Armory Digital. Caleb Hoffman runs in 3rd place. A dark horse for this one, Reagan Whitlock. Ryan Madden trying to take the points lead away from Bartow. That number 2 can't win if Madden wants to get the points lead. Josh Alexander comes into this race 3rd in the points. He's 6th. Cookie Helms, Garrett Zanor, Jordan Newman, and Emmanuel Hartnett. The top 10 for the restart with 4 laps to go. Trey Bartow continues to lead the field. The number 0 trying to close up to him. Reagan Whitlock taking 3rd away from the 28 of Caleb Hoffman. It's very possible that this number 2 of Trey Bartow will be able to stay out front to the end of this race. The restart's the best time to make a pass. That's what the 19 did on Hoffman. He's going to try to do it on Isaac Nichols. And how about Reagan Whitlock here trying to move his way through the field at the end of this one. But that side-by-side battling for 2nd place is going to allow the 2 of Trey Bartow to pull away. 3 laps to go, and here comes the guy who's 2nd in the point standings. Ryan Madden just easily drives by the 19 of Reagan Whitlock. That was no problemo at all for the number 5 of Ryan Madden, who's 2nd in the point standings, trying to take 2nd away from the 19, but Whitlock, with a great run on the outside, is going to take that position back from the number 5. And Bartow You're saying, go ahead, you battle for second place. I'm just going to go ahead and win this thing. But it's not over yet. 2 laps to go here at Chicagoland. This 19 trying to close up to the 2. Mitchell Carter almost beat out Aaron Walpole in yesterday's Hers Dash Series race. And it's possible that 19 could get the run here on the final lap. We're just going to have to see. Madden, a dark horse for this one, right now running in 3rd place. It's going to be the white flag for Trey Bartow here at Chicagoland. But will Reagan Whitlock get a run to the inside? No, he won't, because the caution is out. Noah Cars and Emmanuel Hartnett. And even though the caution is out, I do believe these guys are racing back to the line. So we're going to have a finish here. Will Whitlock get to the inside? Madden's going to try to take second away from the 19, and that's going to seal the deal for Trey Bartow. And coming off at turn number 4, the number 2 of Trey Bartow will win the Diet Mountain Dew 300 and extend his points lead here in the Turkey Hill Series. Now we had a crash with Emmanuel Hartnett and Noah Cars, I do believe. However, the leaders had crossed the line before it happened, so we were able to get this thing to finish under green. Number 2, Trey Bartow gets the victory here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Since that crash happened at the end of the race, we're not going to review it. We understand that Emmanuel Hartnett is going to finish a little bit deeper in the field that he would have wanted to, and same goes for Noah Cars, but you get the gist. You know what a crash looks like. We've seen a lot of them tonight, and kind of want to end this video here soon because definitely one of the longer races of the season so far, time-wise, here in the Turkey Hill Series. And number 2, Trey Bartow gets the victory here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Reagan Whitlock finished in 2nd. Ryan Madden gets 3rd. Caleb Hoffman and Isaac Nichols the top 5. And it was Garrett Zanor, Cookie Helms, Josh Alexander, and Clint Buchanan the top 9. And then Davey Johnson rounds out the top 10 in the number 43. If you look at the rest of the results right there, even though we had as many crashes as we did, we still had 35 guys finish on the lead lap. And that's quite a bit considering we had 3 cautions in this one. Jonathan Skimnicki finished a lap down, our last winner here in the Turkey Hill Series prior to this race. Emmanuel Hartnett crashed out on that final lap. Jack Porkins, Cody Smart, Matt Tuck all failing to finish here today at the Chicagoland Speedway. But anyways, the number 2 of Trey Bartow gets the W here at the Chicagoland Speedway. He can fly the W. I'm making a little bit of a reference to the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series. We're at Chicagoland. Hey, there you go. But anyways, congratulations to the number 2 of Trey Bartow for getting the victory here today. He is going to extend his points lead with that win. That's 44 more points towards the championship. And it's going to be even harder for guys like Ryan Madden, Josh Alexander, Marty Johnson, and Reagan Whitlock to close up to him for this championship. But there are still a lot of races left to go in the season, and anything can happen here in the Turkey Hill Series. But anyways, here are the points for the Turkey Hill Series. Thank you guys very much for watching, and congratulations to Trey Bartow once again. I will see you guys later.